welcome everybody. We have Martin Kallis here from LG Chem. He's going to present us the LG Chem solar solutions. Martin, please.
Thank you. And thank you to Krannich for the invitation to present our Resu product line. Before starting with the presentation of the Resu products, I would like to talk about our installer certification program. This program has the purpose to improve the installation quality, and it also shows, gives the installer the possibility to have access in Europe for governmental funding for all these incentives in which a certified installer certificate is needed. This also helps installers in sales talks. We have an installer search function in our partner portal, and in the future we will combine, or we will link the warranty to the certificate number. This means all installers who are installing Resu product need to have a certification number. And the installer base in Europe, which is certified already, is 1,550 roughly. We just started 1 year ago, and we have main installers, a majority of installers in Germany, which are certified, but the other majority is Italy, which is almost as large as the installer base in Germany. I would like to use the opportunity to introduce the LG Chem partner portal to you, in which installers get many information like data sheets, certificates, battery certificates, product certificates, and background information. Installers can also download firmware updates from our partner portal website. This is our sales team, which always can be approached by anybody, all installers. Our distribution is our sales channel is a distribution network, but any installer who would like to talk to anybody at LG, please don't hesitate to contact my sales colleague. I would like to introduce you the LG Chem Group, not the LG Chem, the LG Group. The LG Group has a global revenue of around $142 billion with 234,000 employees. And LG considers being the market leader in the sector of washing machine, TV sets, and so on. Which is interesting for you here is the leadership in batteries for electric vehicles, which by volume LG Chem is by far the largest provider. Looking at the battery sector, or looking at LG Chem now, and the energy solution sector shows that 25% of the LG Chem revenue is resulting from battery business. Battery business for LG Chem means IT and handy solutions, automotive batteries, and ESS storage systems, which is static storage systems. When we're looking at the LG Chem revenue of the energy solution revenue in the last 2 years, it's visible that it almost doubled. And the interesting part here is that the majority of products is batteries for cell phones and for IT computers, but the second largest part is automotive batteries, and ESS is just 10% last year and 12% last year. The point here is that these batteries together, automotive batteries as well as ESS batteries, are of the same kind, meaning they are produced on the same production lines. This means to customers and installers that the price per piece of the storage systems is already using the huge production capacity LG Chem has built up for automotive batteries. I would like to talk a bit about the cell technology. LG Chem is producing, or the core product is a pouch cell. A pouch cell means we are using stapled and laminated cell, anode, cathode, and the cell chemistry is put into cell stacks and then put into a vacuumized pouch cell. This results in high energy density, and if the cell works, which means energy is stored in the system and stored out of the system, there's usually some heat generation inside the cell, and the whole cell heats up. But since there's no dead space, like which happens if the cell is welded and not welded. I'm sorry, if the cell is winded, like cylindrical cells or prismatic cells, then there's always some dead space you see in the upper right corner, and this space heats up, and this heat needs to cool down. This means this cell technology needs active cooling, while with a pouch cell, conventional cooling is fully sufficient. This means high energy density with a pouch cell plus less cooling effort for the cell technology, and there's also a longer lifetime because the cell package, all pouch cells are put in cell packs, and these cell packs do work. This means they expand and they contract during the cycle times. The whole package expands and contracts as a one package with the same, there's no temperature gradient, all is the same temperature. I'm sorry. Winded cells do work differently since there is a heat generation inside the cell, there is the dead space we have here, and if the cooling is not sufficient, it can happen that during all the cycles, during the lifetime of the cell stacks do work and the structure becomes unstable. This is a big advantage we consider with a pouch cell. Pouch cell LG Chem is producing is using the Ncm technology. This means nickel, cobalt, mangan technology, and this is the production global production capacity of this year, which is about 330 gigawatt hours for the whole year, and about 2/3 are Ncm technology versus about 1/6 of LFP, which is it's the English word, lithium iron phosphate. LG Chem is testing thoroughly all products which are offered to the market. We do in-house testing and external agency testing. The external the certificates from the external agency like TUV or UL are available on our partner portal. We are testing against external short circuit. We test imbalance charging, like physical drop, internal fire exposure and external fire exposure. Overcharge is tested. Over discharge is tested. We have salt water and flooding tests. What happens during these when the battery is exposed to salt water or even flooded? There's humidity, water ingress, and salt fog tests. LG Chem is doing all these testing to ensure that the battery is working stable for 10 years. We grant warranty on. LG Chem won 2 prizes 2 years in a row. The ES award, which is the Reso product line, which was awarded for the Reso product line I'm talking about later on, and also for a second module, which is coming from a different, which is addressing a different customer focus. This is the Reso product line, product portfolio. We have low voltage product, 48 volt product from Reso 3.3 to Reso 13, and for the high voltage product range, it's the Reso 7H and 10H. And LG Chem presents here at the Krannich booth and as well at the LG Chem booth a new modular type, the Reso 10M, which is available as of now. The product line up for the low voltage battery system is named by capacity. This means Reso 3.3 is coming with 3.3 kilowatt hours gross capacity. Always usable is 90% of the SoC. This means for the 3.3 battery it's 2.9 kilowatt hours. This goes up for the 6.5 at almost 6 kilowatt hours usable capacity. Reso 10 is coming with roughly 9 kilowatt hours of capacity. Different the Reso 13. It's usable 95% of SoC is usable for the storage system, which is going up to 12.4 kilowatt hours. Since the Reso 13 is coming with a different usable capacity, it's also coming with a different firmware. This means the Reso 13 behaves a little bit different like the other 3 smaller Reso batteries. Important to mention is also the protection rating, it's all IP55. This means it's dust safe and it's water safe, but it's not waterproof. This means all the batteries can be installed indoor and outdoor, but in case it's outdoor installed, there's also some extra housing needed. So please don't expose the batteries to the sun or to the rain, or direct water, of course. In case all RESO systems can be expanded, low voltage systems can be expanded. This means a RESO 3.3, after it's installed, can always be still expanded by another battery. It's either the 3.3, 6.5 or 10. It's always 2 batteries can be combined using a RESO Plus master BMS system. For the RESO 13 can only be combined by itself. That's because of the different firmware and the different depth of discharge, which is provided with a RESO 13. This is the list of the compatible inverters for RESO low voltage product. RESO batteries cannot be combined with any inverter. It needs to be combined with one of those inverters from SMA, Sungrow, Solax, Ncm, Victron, Goodway, or Celutronic. This compatible inverter list is globally valid. And important to be mentioned is that backup mode is only available for the RESO 13 batteries with certain inverter brands. In general, it's possible, but LG Chem learned that not all inverters are following the specifications, which means that some of the inverters are surging too much power out of the battery, which finally damages the battery. In case you're interested in any installation videos, here are the links, and they are also available on our partner website. The second product line I just introduced was the high voltage product line. High voltage means 400 volts. It requires a separate inverter, a different inverter. And we have 2 types of batteries, 7H and 10H. And we have 2 types of communication, type R and type C. Type R means RS485 communication. Type C means CAN bus 2.0 communication. Both communication types are available in 7H and 10H. Capacity, usable capacity is higher here. It's 95% of the gross capacity, which means 6.6 kilowatt hours and 9.3 kilowatt hours. IP rating is the same here, IP55. That's pretty much it. Maybe the weight is important. It's 75 kilogram up to 100 kilogram per battery. This needs to be installed wall mounted, which makes it a bit difficult to put 100 kilogram at the wall. And it's just, sorry. I will come back to that point later. Here's the compatible inverter list for this product. It's all Sunny Boy storage inverters, Solar Edge inverters, Fronius, and Huawei inverters. Important point here is with the new inverters from SMA and Solar Edge, the backup mode is possible. This means you can use these batteries not only in grid mode, you can also use them in off-grid mode. But it needs to be a grid-connected system. It's only the backup mode. And I mentioned the weight of the battery before, because LG Chem offers a new product as of this year, which is the RESO 10M. M for modular technology. This means this battery is the same like a 10H battery, 10 kilowatt hours capacity, but shipped in 3 pieces, 2 battery modules and 1 BPU module, which need to be installed. Should I maybe just wait? No? Just go ahead? Okay. So each module weighs 36 kilogram and the whole pack is 82 kilogram. This can be installed in 3 pieces, so this can be installed by a single installer and it doesn't require a full team of installers. The advantages here are obvious. It's easier handling and less labor cost. It's increased battery efficiency since we are skipping the converter. The DC-DC converter, which is required for the 10H, is not needed anymore. This also enables better service, flexible installation, and very important, ground mount installation is possible again. It doesn't need to be wall mounted, it can be a ground mounted system as well. This is the way the battery is shipped. It's 2 battery modules, 1 BPU, a few screws and anchors. There is optional additional installation board which can be ordered separately in case the battery needs to be wall mounted. It's just optional because LG Chem assumes that the majority of installations will be ground mounted. Another hardware change I would like to talk about is that we have changed the converter of the high voltage batteries. There is now, for the R-type product, there is an automatic switch which replaces the aux switch, which was available in the last 2 years. This means the converter is fully automated now, and in case of any battery error, of any inverter error, the automatic switch switches and disconnects the battery pack from the converter, which means there won't be any discharge in the future anymore. The same for the Type C product. We have a disconnect switch here, not a switch. We have a disconnection here and disconnect cable, which is delivered open to the installer, and the installer needs to connect it up in installation, which means the cell pack is coming. When the battery is installed, the cell pack has the same SOC like it had in production. This is providing a storage time of like 12 months, up to 18 to 24 months before installation. Some high voltage installation videos if needed as well. And here is our hotline contact for Italy, Germany and Europe, with the exception of Italy. This hotline is available for 8 hours every day from 8 to 5. Please contact us at these email addresses or at these phone numbers if needed. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, just let me know. No questions? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin.
You're welcome.
You will be here for the next 5 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I
if
stay.
anybody wants to have a chat with you, should feel free to do so. And also thank you for our guests coming here, and wish you all success for Intersolar.
Thank you for coming.